Big Magic Johnson. What has he done?
Well, he's a business person.
He's got AIDS.
What? Oh. Well, hey, folks. Welcome again to another episode of Uncle Howard Presents Uncle to Uncle. Of course, I am the majority shareholder in the Uncle to Uncle podcast now as a result of some wise financial dealings that I undertook with Michael Richards, and then I turned Dr. Evil. So with that said, this is now my podcast. I own it, and welcome aboard. And I would like to have my my most third treasured employee, Uncle Franklin, come on in and do that old intro that the people love so much.
You know, shouldn't I have done the intro from the start then? If you just hear yammering on,
I gotta warm up the crowd. If someone like you comes out, you're gonna chase them all away. They're gonna say, "Oh, this is a nickel and dime outfit. We got to get out of here." They want a star out the gate.
Yeah, they want the Hornets mascot with the T-shirt cannon. Anyways, this is how it's done. Welcome everybody to the latest edition of Uncle Howard Presents Uncle to Uncle. That's right. I am your host, Franklin. We do this live every week from the king size bed. That's right. Call us a couple of Kevin Jameses here. Well, I'm Kevin James, he's Leah Remini because he's straight out of Scientology, and we are in the king size bed, the king of queens, baby. That's what it is. And as always, I'm joined by my co-host, Uncle Howard.
I believe I'm also the coolest uncle of your whole world.
You are the second coolest uncle of my whole world. Uncle Ronald's making some strides. Uncle Ronald, I put some sunglasses on him today, and he's looking mighty well. Uncle Howard, Uncle Ronald, how you doing? Good. That settles.
Uncle Ronald, I had to flip you over onto your front the other day because all your fluids were amassing on your back.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm glad we got that taken care of. You're looking great, and certainly nothing that anybody from the Social Security Administration agency needs to look into.
Mm-mm. Sounds good to me. Sounds good to me.
Yeah, Case closed.
Case closed. Stop asking about Uncle Ronald, people. Yeah. Anyways, yes, this is now, respectfully, Uncle Howard Presents Uncle to Uncle. You made a good deal with Michael Douglas, man. Is that how he sounds? But then you mentioned Michael Richards. Did Michael Richards give you some extra cash as well from betting on the horses?
Did I say Michael Richards?
You said Michael Richards.
Well, I helped Michael Richards out a few years ago.
Would you give him a good bit to do at the Laugh Factory?
Well, yeah, that's right. Actually, what happened was he had done that bit, but just a few months ago, and it really didn't go over poorly. And I said, Michael, I got the time stone. I'll send you back to a time where it won't go over well, but it'll be better for you than it would be in 2019. And he said, I'll take you up on it. In fact, he said that's very. Yeah. And I said, come on back, pal. And I sent him back there, and that was a little favor for him. And while he was back in time, he did this humdinger of a bet on the Cubs to win the World Series. Turned out that happened. So, he paid me back pretty well. And then I took that money and I said, I've got $30 trillion here, but I bet I can double it. Took it to Michael Douglas, and he sure enough, he got me a can't miss deal on a stock option. And next thing you know, I'm one of the richest men that's ever existed in this or any other reality.
You're like the gold member of stocks. I love stocks.
I love them all. I love stocks. I love bonds. I love deeds. I love liens. I love 401ks. I love IRAs. I knew Roth IRA personally.
Mhm.
I was good friends with him, and I support his brother, Roth Eli, the director. And I'm a big time money maker. I'm the guy who invented gold.
Oh, Lord. Well, enough of these tall tales, Uncle Howard. You know the only stocks I care about? Silk stockings. That's right. Yeah. Very provocative show.
Right.
That's right. When we were watching Silk Stockings back in the 90s, me and you were like Ron the Shear, up all night.
Yeah.
And we are often up all night in our king size bed, and we have a little tradition here in the king size bed.
Yeah, we do.
We love cinema. We love cinema. Now Doug, and what was Leah Remini's name on the show? It's like Carrie or something like that.
Agnes.
Agnes, Doug and Agnes. We're just like Doug and Agnes from the King
Just
of
like
Queens.
Doug and Agnes. Yeah.
We love to watch a movie before bed. Now, Leah was trying to recruit Kevin to Scientology. And he's like, lady, I'm already in Happy Madison. I got one crazy family to deal with as it is.
Yeah, one crazy family and 8 crazy nights.
That's a very good joke.
Well, I've never felt better. I
That's
bought
a
all
good
the.
joke.
I got all of Dennis Miller's NZT.
Dennis Miller's the dumbest man I know. If he was
Dennis
making-
Miller, he's so smart. Haven't you ever watched his HBO show?
That's
He'll come out. I watched a little bit of a clip of it from like 1989 with Norm Macdonald or something. And, Norm Macdonald comes out and Dennis Miller's like, "Hey, look at you. You look like King Lear by William Shakespeare." He's a really smart guy.
a very smart joke. Wow.
Yeah, he's
guess
very
he's not
smart. He'll say something like, "What is this? The McKinley administration?" Very funny man, and very, very well spoken for one of his kind.
Yeah. Dennis Miller is very well spoken. He's
For
not like the
old
others.
White piece of shit. He's
Yeah.
very well.
He speaks very well. He's very well spoken, Dennis Miller. It's not all this ragtag Boomhauer talk here. I
Yeah.
understand him as for being an idiot, he makes some he makes some very well spoken points. Not smart,
Yeah.
but
No,
bless his heart.
he's never been smart, but he's never doubted himself either.
No, bless his heart. That's what we say in the South.
Yeah,
that boy
and we are
Ryan
from the
Bless
South.
We are from the South here.
The dirty South.
That's right. We're like Petey Pablo. You
Mm.
throw your shirt up in the air like a helicopter. North Carolina.
Come and raise up.
This one's for you. No, us. Yeah. So
Yeah.
my film, it doesn't star Petey Pablo. It stars, one of his equals, I would say, in the rap world, in the music world at least.
The
Cisco.
rap music. Oh yeah, no, that's
Cisco
cool.
is in the movie Get Over It, the 2001 comedy starring Kiki Dunst.
Our girl.
Our girl. She is our girl. Kiki Dunst is in this. It's about how when you get dumped by one of the hottest women ever, I forget who Ben Foster was dating in this movie, or Shane West, or Colin Hanks, the son of
Bunch of hunks.
Bunch of hunks
3
here.
Hunks.
But so he gets dumped by a babe, right? And then
Yeah.
Kirsten Dunst is like, "You're my best friend since childhood. I'll cheer you up." And Kirsten Dunst, little does he know, Kirsten Dunst also happens to be a babe he falls in love with much later, while he's trying to get back with the babe who's not interested in him. So it's like, it's a lesson for everybody. Sometimes when you get broken up with, when a beautiful woman or beautiful hunk of man breaks up with you, you got another hunk right there or another babe right there, and you're too stupid to realize it, man.
That's well, I mean, they always say you never know what you got till it's right in front of your face.
That's right. And speaking of in your face, Carmen Electra's in this.
Ooh, and she's got a couple of things in my face.
No.
Her brains and her brawn.
That's right. Her brains and her brawn. She's a very talented actress, Carmen Electra. Who else we have in this? Ed Begley Jr. is in this film.
One of the greats.
one of the greats. Him and his wife in that film are a couple sex therapists, and I know a lot about sex. I don't need to brag. And the son's super awkward, and the mom's like, maybe you should try foreplay next time. He's like, Mom, I don't want to hear this. And
maybe you should try 5-play.
5-play, yeah. Have you seen Midsommar yet, Uncle Howard?
Not yet. No, I need to. Hell, I need to. Gosh, I need to. I've been thinking about it all night, every night, staying up, thinking, why haven't I seen it yet?
There's a scene where kind of a brute, bit of a dum-dum. He's doing the sex. I've done it before. No big deal. And he needs help nutting. So one of the old elders helps him while he's plowing by squeezing his butt cheeks together, and he's like, whoa! Once he got his butt cheeks squeezed together, and seems pretty cool.
He needed some JOI. That reminds me. That's my new. We always talk about our 5 favorite sexual positions, and I'd like to move regular off of my list and put JOI right on there.
What's JOI stand for?
I think it's a jerk off instructions.
Okay, JOI.
They're all over Pornhub, and it's always just something where it's just like
they have instructions on Pornhub.
It's like humiliating sister JOI or something.
Oh no!
And it's just, it's stuff where it's just the girl can be by herself and just be like, she just is like, oh, I bet you want to jerk off, don't you? That's my favorite. That's my favorite sexual position.
That's a great, yeah. We know all the sexual
I've never looked at one. I just assume that's what.
Right.
Because when you're on Pornhub, you don't have unlimited time. You can't look at everything.
That's the problem, right?
Yeah, the problem with Pornhub is so often it's a kind of a 2 steps forward, 1 step back thing where you're clicking around and then you find something worse than you found before. You got to be really careful. It's a landmine.
Yeah, it's tough. It's so tough. And the worst thing is when you find the scene, then you got to watch it for all 20 minutes, and it's like, God damn, man, wrap it up already, everybody. I'm bored here.
You were like, I finished 19 minutes and 30 seconds ago.
Yeah, what are y'all still doing here? Jesus Christ, man.
Yeah, come on, guys, and it's time to go get an otter pop and call it a night.
That's right. That's porn is not actual sex.
No.
So it's not. Terry Crews is leading a crusade of porn kills love. So
for example, I mean, it killed my 3rd marriage.
No, what a shame.
Yeah,
I'm sorry to hear that.
I was married to Peter North, and it went poorly.
TT boy.
Yeah.
I don't have a joke here. I just remember there's a guy named TT boy.
TT boy.
Good old TT boy, man. Who does he think he is?
R.I.P. TT boy.
Oh no, TT boy's not gone, is he?
TT Pablo. No, I don't know.
TT Pablo. South Carolina. Come on, throw your hands up. Wave your dick around like a helicopter.
Yeah, that's what's up.
All right.
Hey,
what about your film?
Yeah, okay. Well, I'm glad you asked, smaller, inferior uncle. I picked a movie that is from the year of 2014.
Whoa, that's pretty new.
Yeah, it's pretty new. And guess
what, last year?
Yeah, from last year. And this movie also stars the most talented actress that's ever existed. She can play a man. She can play a black person. She can play an Asian.
I don't know if you can.
She can even play a plant if she wants to.
Is this Amanda Bynes?
No, this is a Scarlett Johansson starring.
Oh, okay. Amanda Bynes, I feel she played a man in the soccer movie with Channing Tatum.
Right. That's right.
I don't remember her ever wearing blackface though, so I feel like Amanda Show may have, but probably not. I would hope not.
I think Ali Sheedy also played a man in just one of the guys, if I'm not mistaken.
You're correct. You are correct. Yeah.
So in many ways, this actress has carried on the grand tradition of Ali Sheedy and Amanda Bynes. This movie was also directed by a Frenchman, so it's kind of gross. Now,
that's gross.
We've always talked about NZT.
Oh, we're big on NZT here.
We've talked about Alpha Brain.
Oh yeah.
But what about CPH4?
Whoa, I never heard of that one.
Well, the only reason you might have heard about it is there was a time that a girl's boyfriend sewed it underneath her skin, and then she got shot by Korean gangsters, and it came out into her brain and made her able to use 100% of her brain. This movie is called Lucy.
Lucy!
It stars Scarlett Johansson and Morgan Freeman and some French people. It's really good. It's about what happens when your brain gets all the way awake, and guess what, motherfucker, you can do almost anything.
Now hold up. I've seen this movie before.
Yeah,
A lot of National Geographic footage is used in this film.
yeah, because it's smart.
It's very smart. You know, so her hippie boyfriend. You know, first he just handcuffs a briefcase to her and gives her a hat to wear.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they give some supplies
So
and junkies.
it starts off a lot like what was that Claire Danes movie where she goes to jail for smuggling drugs?
What the fuck movie was that?
Not Without My Daughter.
Okay, I haven't seen that one.
I'll interject intermittently. Keep
Okay, so Lucy
Broke Down Palace.
Great, thanks for letting me go on there. But Lucy, I do have some. She was able to do quite a bit of stuff. She was able to learn languages quickly. She
could use mind powers.
She turned into a black goo at some point in the end, if I'm right.
Most movies, people turn into a black goo.
Okay, but she went inside the computers or some shit at one point.
I don't remember that, but I believe you. I have seen this movie, but it was really smart, and I haven't always been as smart as I am now. But obviously, I've got a lot more smartness to go. But it would be hard for most people to understand a movie this smart about a person whose brain works so much better than all of ours.
So of course we can understand it because we only use 10% of our brains.
Yeah.
And we're watching a movie with somebody who's using 100%.
Yeah.
So
I mean, that's not even fair.
It's not. She was starting to fade away at one point too, I remember. And it was odd. It was like
yeah, she was like giving up because her brain was too powerful.
And so was Morgan Freeman the second smartest man?
He's the only man who understands the thing that the smartest woman in the world can't understand, which is brain sciences.
Okay. Got you.
She's so smart she can kill people with her brain, but she's not so smart that she can understand what a 90-year-old man knows based on when he went to school 80 years ago.
Right. How did Lucy end? I don't remember that well.
Lucy goes into the internet, and then she's into like the galaxy.
She doesn't go to E-Bomb's world at all?
Yeah, she goes to E-Bomb's world, and she goes to the Chive, and then she's a Chivette.
Okay. Wow. So Lucy, it's no
Keep
limitless.
Calm and chive on, everybody.
Keep calm and chive on, everybody. KCCO.
Yeah. If you see that bumper sticker on a car,
that is cool.
It's driven by somebody with a good idea about ladies.
Yep. Very cool. I always work with somebody who stopped doing what they were doing. I'm like, hey, awesome shirt, man. And it's like, and they were wearing a KCCO shirt. Yeah.
I've definitely had people be like, hey, you've never seen the Chive, check it out. And I look at it, I'm just like, all right, what am I looking for? And they're just like, oh, look, you're looking at it. And I'm like, no, but where's like the cool stuff? And they're like, it is the cool stuff.
Oh man. Now I saw it said keep calm. And like, I don't know, there's like a lot of gimmick ones like keep calm and watch Doctor Strange or some bullshit.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
Those are funny. Those are all very cool shirts.
Those are cool. I like the ones where it says like keep calm, but then it says something that's like not keeping calm. Keep calm and elbow drop Hulk McMahon. That's the alternate reality.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Imagine in an alternate reality where Hulk Hogan had sex with Linda McMahon.
I'll imagine a reality where Hulk Hogan had sex with Vince McMahon, and it's called This Reality.
I was gonna say, imagine the reality where Macho Man Randy Savage had sex with Stephanie McMahon, and it's this reality.
It's this reality as well. Godspeed, Randall.
Oh God, well,
Ay,
it was,
con Dios, my man.
mm,
He's telling God all about the stories. Is God
oh,
watching us jerk off?
Yeah, yeah, he is for sure. He loves that.
I had a friend who used to. I've probably seen this story before. He used to jazz it and said, "If God's watching me, then he's a fucking pervert." Because he's very Christian oriented and all that.
Oh, yeah. Well, of course, but I mean, man,
so he goes to the closet as
So-
if the roof of his house wasn't enough protection. He needs somewhere with no windows.
you know what the deal with God is if he's like man, but times like a million or whatever.
Mhm.
I mean, like I'm just a regular man, same as anybody, but sometimes I get so horny I can barely stand it. What must it be like for God, who is like
Oh,
a
shit.
million times as horny as me?
Oh
then-
man.
He also can't have sex because it's a sin.
That's when he creates these natural disasters because he can't nut.
Yeah, that God's always having tantrums.
They say, "Oh, when you hear thunder, that's God,"
Yeah,
because he can't nut.
yeah, it's him having an inner queef. If you're a male and you can't nut for over 10,000 years, you make an inner queef.
Beautifully said. I lost train of thought here in terms of God and all that nutting conversation.
Yeah,
But,
it's hard to understand why.
It's a lot to take in there. The big guy in the clouds. He's a controversial figure, but
Yeah.
I think he's okay.
You know what? I'm not prepared to endorse him officially.
You're not prepared to give him your endorsement.
No,
True.
he hasn't
is a
done
bit of a
much for
perv.
me.
True. Good point. Except made you a millionaire. Well, that was Michael Douglas
No,
Richards.
that was Michael Douglas Richards. Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. God did not have an involvement there. Anyways, you were telling me about a new segment you want to introduce, and it tickled my fancy actually.
Oh yeah, so I was thinking of a new segment now that I thought we could kind of do a little housekeeping around here now that we're under new
Mhm.
management. I certainly welcome input from you, but I thought it might be fun to have a segment called Uncle on Uncle, where we air our grievances with each other, and it's just kind of a no holds barred forum, but with the understanding that what we say in the segment ends in the segment, and it's just kind of going to clear the air. I think it'll be kind of cathartic for us. It'll be good for us, and it'll just be an opportunity for us to kind of open up ourselves to the world and to each other, I think, and say there are things I like about you, Lil Unk, but there are things about you that I would change too, and here they are. And then we say,
So you're gonna go first, and then I go first.
Yeah,
I mean,
and
I
I'll
go next.
first, and I just want you to just think about them. I'm not asking you to respond to anything. Or,
Okay.
I just want to go first. Okay.
Okay, go first, and then I'll go
Okay.
next.
Okay, so and I thought it'd be nice to start with like a little kind of like little respectful way of starting with it. So
Okay.
Franklin, my friend, I speaketh to thee. You snore, you smell bad, your mouth is always dry, you're always making weird little mouth sounds, your nose is dumb looking, I don't like your hair is bad, you need to wear 3 hats, not 4. Every time you wear something that goes down past your elbows, it makes me sick. I hate your forearms. Why are you always doing the thing where you look out the window? You know what's out the window. Stop looking out the window. You may never drive the Miata. Why are you scared of cats? Why are you scared of dogs? Why are you scared of snakes? An airplane will never crash into you. You're a buffoon. You don't know how to fly an airplane. Forget about it. Give up that dream. You're scared they'll crash on you. You'll be too scared to fly one. You are bad. I don't really like you anymore. I took all of your money away and I put it in a sock in a basement. That's not mine. I put Pringles out of business. You will never be able to have another Pringle again after next year. I invented Windows 10 just to fuck with you. Okay, your turn.
Okay. All right, Howard. Listen,
What?
You
No,
might
do
think-
do the proper intro with the
Uncle
was like-
Howard.
yes.
Although I respect you, I have some grievances to air of myself. Starting with, I think.
And we're all out of time for that segment. Folks, next time was coming up. We're going to be talking about some of the biggest Hollywood flops, and we'll answer some questions from the fans.
This is the great Khali. Keep going, make video. Uncle, it is for nanas.
Yeah. Okay. Box office busts. What went wrong? Franklin, as you know, on the more egalitarian edition of the show that we used to do, we love to talk about the box office smashes. We love big budget, big blowout, big wins. We love studios and Hollywood and glitz and glamour. But the fact of the matter is, I'm a friend of the little guy. I've always been a champion of the underdog, of the downtrodden. I'm a lot like Bernie Sanders in that regard.
You know,
A lot
if
of- a
Hobbs
lot-
and Shaw. Yep, go on.
I was going to say, a lot of people say that I'm the Bernie Sanders of podcasts.
Yeah. Yeah, big old loon is going bald. I'd like, with Hobbs and Shaw on the way into theaters now, we know Hobbs and Shaw is going to be a big smash, right?
Yeah, one of the
I mean,
biggest.
is there any competition right now?
I mean, two big bruisers like that, all those guys do is smash, smash, smash. And I'm not just talking about cups and plates.
Yeah, exactly. That's what they're known for, smashing cups and plates and flipping cars over.
Yeah.
We know Hobbs and Shaw are going to have a big old box
Magic
office
Johnson.
smash. It's inevitable, This is not a movie The Rock will have to say, look at the numbers in China, like he did for
No.
Baywatch.
Yeah,
you know?
like a loser.
That was pathetic of The
Yeah.
Rock. When Dwayne, like Phil CM Punk likes to call him.
Yeah,
being
well, it's because of his
condescending,
name.
Because what?
His name is Dwayne.
Yeah, that's true. So Dwayne, when Baywatch, which was a box office bust, he liked to say there's a big disconnect between the critics and the audiences. He was trying to do the Gotti technique before Gotti even came out, and Gotti was beloved by the
perfected
fans.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gotti perfected it. So Dwayne, you're gonna have a box office smash, but now we're talking about box office bust, which you are known for. What was his Rampage? Remember Rampage?
Oh, yeah, Rampage. That was a fantastic film.
Fantastic film. Wasn't that a bust?
It was a bust. What about Skyscraper?
Skyscraper. Now that was a little ableist, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah, because he was missing a leg. Now, you're saying only a man with a missing leg can have a building explode on him?
I'm just saying there might be actors out there with missing limbs that could have been in this. Look at James Franco. He could have been in this movie. He lost his arm filming 127 hours.
Yeah, that's right, but he also lost his mind.
That's true. He did lose his mind. He might be a bad boy. I don't like him too much.
Yeah, didn't you ever see he moved down to our fair state of Florida and really got these poor teenage girls wrapped up in a bad mess?
Well, it was spring break, so
It was forever.
I blame Jeff Jarrett, youth pastor Jeff Jarrett, for getting those women in trouble.
He was a
than James
damn
Franco.
good youth pastor.
I blame Jeff Jarrett and his affliction T-shirts. in
My
that film.
favorite thing about that part of the movie was the two girls who told Selena Gomez, "You need to pray really hard." She
That was
did.
it.
It turned out they were right.
Oh wow! Everything. Look, Chris Pratt was right. Everything
Yeah,
works when you
pray on it.
Pray on it. Just pray on it.
Just
That's all
pray
you-
for some wisdom, people.
Yeah, that's all you gotta do. You got a test. You gotta pass. Why study?
Yeah.
Chris Pratt said all you gotta do is pray on it.
Yeah.
It works.
You
So
know what? If there's a home invader in your house, just pray on it.
just pray on it. So what do we got for you? Mentioned a great point to me off air.
Yes.
That's right. We talk off air sometimes, people. You'll never hear that. Sometimes. And you said, due to inflation, one of the biggest box office busts
Yeah.
was Justice League.
Just Us League, which is funny because today people were clamoring for a Just Unks League movie.
Just Unks League. Oh man, now that
Well,
would be a
no-
that'd be a hit.
Yeah, no, that would have been cool, and that probably would have made some money. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, Justice League. This is the biggest loser a movie has ever been, and it's small wonder, Franklin. This movie is a snooze from start to finish. There's nothing good about it, and there's a lot that's bad about it. But it's a shame because not every movie that's a box office flop is a flop in my heart. But all of them did make a mistake along the way, which is they didn't take into account how to be a big smash hit.
That's where they went wrong. Is they didn't realize that movies need to make a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when you saw Justice League, I don't remember much about it. I tuned in and out barely.
Yeah.
Was Wonder Woman still obsessed with Chris Pine's character from 80 years ago?
No, I don't believe she was not still obsessed with his character,
She was
but
upset about him.
she was like,
Was there a mention of him? I mean,
I think maybe there was kind of a remark like where she was like, "Well, I know about love,"
and
which,
it was like referencing him.
yeah, because he taught her to love.
So in like 80 years, she couldn't find anybody better than Chris Pine.
Are you gonna find somebody more handsome than Chris Pine in 80 years?
Okay.
I kind of doubt it.
I think you could. I think she could.
Well, maybe she could, but
Yeah.
I mean, that guy. Can we be real?
Yeah, let's be real.
He's not a bad looking guy.
No. He's a hunk. He's definitely a hunk.
I want to be very honest with everybody out there when I say that I don't think Chris Pine is a bad looking guy.
No, that's very big of you.
A lot of podcasts won't say that.
No, they would not.
I don't know that I certainly haven't heard every single episode of Jack AM, but I don't know that they have ever once said that they categorically agree that Chris Pine's handsome.
No, I've never heard that from Jack AM. I've never heard that from the Doughboys. Never heard that from a lot of shows. So
Yeah, well, a lot of shows ain't us, friend.
no, we're not afraid to go there, and we're not afraid to say, "Hey, Venezuela, we're thinking
Not-
about you."
Yeah, and for some of the people in Venezuela, knock it off.
Hey,
And for
cut it out.
And for some of the other people in Venezuela, keep it up.
Keep it up. Keep it up. Keep
Absolutely.
Yeah. There's things I like and things I don't like. That's my
and as
stance.
far as I'm concerned, I want less of the things I don't like.
Yeah, me too. I want a lot less of the things I don't like. So what other movies? So Justice League, you bet due to inflation, which is odd. I feel like Justice League had to have profited something.
Yeah, well, because when we looked at these Wikipedia pages, it doesn't make a spot of sense to me.
No, it doesn't.
Because it'll say, film budget $300 million, and then it'll say worldwide gross
Mhm.
450 million or something.
Yeah, that's
And
a lot
so
of money
what I'm
made.
saying is, hey, that's $150 million.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
So somebody made $9 million. They're calling that a flop. If I had $9 million, you know what I would do?
What would you do?
I'd buy a senator.
Yeah, well, you buy Mitch McConnell nudes.
Yeah, I'd buy those Mitch McConnell nudes live and in person.
What else we have here? We have Pluto Nash, which is very
Yeah.
prophetic in many ways. There's $100 bills of Hillary on them.
Yeah,
That's
it was very
prophetic.
smart.
There was Trump apartments in Mercury.
Yeah,
Again,
Well,
very prophetic.
Well, but I mean, people have always respected Trump as a businessman.
Mm-hmm. That's true. I guess.
Very smart man.
He's very well spoken.
Yo, if you just close your eyes and listen to the words that he says, they make so much sense.
So what else we have here? I never seen Osmosis Jones. Have you?
No,
This is Eddie Murphy.
I never saw that neither, but Pluto Nash and Osmosis Jones right next to each other. That's a coincidence.
No, it's not. Oh, wait a second. Come on, man. Don't give me that.
Hey, I just calls them like I sees them, friend.
Okay, well, no. Anyways, on to the whitest movie I've seen, Dark Phoenix.
Dark. And that's ironic.
shut
That's the latest
up.
movie because it's dark.
No, stop it. Stop it. There's not a black X-Men in the movie.
No, well, that's because there was
Storm.
only. I was gonna say, what about the black guy in First Class, one of the canonical ones, but he gets
He
killed.
died. He died so quickly.
Yeah, he dies, and his whole thing is like he's like, I could evolve to survive anything, and then Kevin Bacon's like, not a white man. Yes.
God, Kevin Bacon's
That-
a little
actually-
racist.
That movie's racist. Now that I think.
That movie's racist. Dark Phoenix is also a little racist. Well, there's a scene in Dark Phoenix, and maybe I've mentioned it before, and I do apologize if I am redundant on this show. We are 100 episodes in, more than the Virtual Pros. There's a scene where Jennifer Lawrence is talking to, now Patrick Stewart looks so young in X-Men Dark Phoenix, you wouldn't believe it. He looks like McAvoy.
Oh,
know?
yeah, from Split.
From Split. It looks like James
Now,
McAvoy.
that movie doesn't make sense because at first you think like this is a normal sized guy, and then at the end you're like, this guy's gigantic. What's going
Mhm.
on?
So Patrick Stewart looks like James McAvoy, and you might think, is that James McAvoy? No, because he's playing Professor X. So
Well,
You
then
have
how do you
Jennifer-
know who's who?
yeah, well, I think it's Patrick Stewart because he's the only person to play Professor X, right?
Yeah, because he's the only one who knows how to fly a starship.
That's right, and to manage one of those cool floating chairs
Yeah,
and work Cerebro. Duh.
yeah.
So, anyways, Jennifer Lawrence or Raven or Mystique says, lately it's the women always saving your guys' asses. Maybe we should thinking about changing that name, to X-Women
oh,
because, yeah. And then David, yeah.
Oh, go ahead, David Spade.
David
said what?
Spade had a joke last night on the debut of his new show. He said, "Dark Phoenix flopped, and Caitlyn Jenner was mean on Instagram. And I guess it's a tough day for X-Men everywhere." And that was horrible.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it was very poor taste.
Oh boy.
David Spade really
David Spade just went.
he's just reading
from-
jokes.
Yeah. Someone wrote that for him, and they need to be fired. Is my take.
And he shouldn't have read it in the first place.
No, David Spade. And also, I had always been like, David Spade's kind of an old guy, but he's still good. And now,
He's very horny.
well. That's true, and that's hard. That's hard to
redeeming
find
factor.
in Hollywood these days.
Very, very hard to find good horny
Just
men. And
excommunicated just about every other horny man from Hollywood.
For David Spade might have a lack of awareness. He may have might be a bit of not the best comedian, but you have to admire he is very horny, and that's not easy.
I
You
think
can't
he's
teach that.
I think he's like a funny guy.
I think he's a funny guy too.
Yeah,
Ish,
but
ish.
I mean, he's like pleasant enough to hear tell stories about being around other people that are famous.
More
than
interesting.
him. Yeah.
yeah, right.
Like
right,
I
exactly.
heard him on I think the Anna Ferris podcast talking about the time he was on
The
Carson.
timeout. The Anna Ferris podcast.
Yeah,
How do we have time
my
to-
my personal handler was listening to it, and I was in the room.
I mean, I love Anna Ferris. She should have won the breakup because Chris Pratt has no talent and she has
Yeah.
a lot of talent.
Chris Pratt is crap.
Taylor Carver brought up the best point ever, and I feel like somebody stole it from him on Twitter, but I digress. Sean William Scott. Sean William Scott should have had the career that Chris Pratt has now.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That's 1,000 times accurate. Like, holy
Yeah.
guacamole.
yeah.
like,
oh,
fuck.
Can you imagine Sean William Scott as Star Lord? It would be.
Can you imagine Star-Lord humping his own ship? Because that is cool.
Yeah, I mean, all of it would be so much better. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that would be. He'd give Tony Stark the middle finger with the Infinity Gauntlet.
Yeah,
That'd be cool.
man,
That'd be
I want
cool.
that more. Sean William Scott in Jurassic World.
Holy shit. Well, then he's definitely like fake humping a fucking like raptor at some point.
You know
then.
what though? Sean William Scott has a serious side to himself that I think is understated and underrated.
Yeah.
I thought there was some genuine kind of good, I'm a lonely guy moments in Goon that a lot of actors wouldn't be able to pull off the way he did.
Yeah, and an American Pie 3 where he has a dance off.
Yeah. Pants off, dance off.
Pants off, dance off. I thought that was wow. Such magnificent range by a talented man.
Yeah.
Anyways, Other box office bust. We have here John Carter.
Oh, John Carter, brother of John Wick.
John Carter. You know what the problem with John Carter was?
It was
They went to the
yeah
Yeah.
Mars.
no. He went to the Attack of the Clones planet, Geonosis, where all the bugs were.
Oh,
That was
the
Geonosis.
Buzz.
Yes, Buzz, Poggle the Lesser. He is in charge of affairs. Actually, Poggle the Lesser from Attack of the Clones, that bug man who talk in maybe something of a Swahili dialect with the I can't do it. It'd be offensive if I did. But George Lucas obviously drew from different cultures. And Poggle the Lesser designed the Death Star. That was his plans. Poggle the Lesser, I know for those who don't know, is one of the bug creatures in Attack of the Clones. He gave the plans to Count Dooku, and it's a reflection of history here. You know, you have the hardworking, underappreciated working class coming up with great ideas, and then you have the authoritarian class taking credit for it. So,
Whoa, you've been taking your NZT with those fancy big words like that.
I just want to say Poggle the Lesser of Attack of the Clones, he created the Death Star, and maybe his intentions were good, and they got misconstrued later on.
Well, just like how Jar Jar's intentions were good when he voted to put Palpatine in power.
Yeah. I lost some friends at a dinner for going on about how Jar Jar's John McCain. So,
Oh,
yeah.
and because they're both living rent free inside
Donald Trump's head.
Donald Trump's head.
Can't stand that Jar Jar.
Yeah.
Anyways,
He's a very unpopular character.
extremely unpopular, not as interesting as Obi-Wan. That's my Donald Trump to a
That
T.
was very good.
Thank you.
One of the least luxurious characters. I can't do it, Donald Trump.
Yeah, exactly.
Man, I don't even want to be able to do a Donald Trump because if I was able to, I would never stop doing it, and I don't want to sound like that guy.
Yeah. Well,
I would not be able to stop myself. Ever.
Jeremy Seville did one on his Instagram. The creator, the director of Loquisha.
One of the greatest movies we've ever
No.
seen.
Nope. but Jeremy Seville did one. Is like, I can't believe that Jeremy is performing tonight at the LA Improv. It's like, the fuck, man.
Dude,
did one
that's
of-
good stuff.
He did one of Owen Wilson. He's like, hey guys, it's Owen Wilson. You believe what Jeremy's been up to lately? He does like some Snapchat filters, but anyways.
Your
I digress.
Owen Wilson is almost a pretty good Johnny Carson.
I'll figure it out one day.
Hey, so the important thing is there have been so many flops, but the one that I think makes both of us maddest is The Man from Uncle. Now,
It makes me the happiest.
well, no. I mean, I'm happy it flopped, but I'm mad it existed at all because now
Yeah.
whenever you Google Uncle to Uncle, the first thing you see is, will there ever be a Man from Uncle 2? And the answer is
How the
no.
The
Because
answer
the
is no.
first one
'Cause-
was a fucking flop, you dumb shits. Get the fuck out of here.
Damn it. Stop ruining our fucking search engine optimization, you dumb idiots.
Yeah.
Bump our
Asshole,
shit.
sons of bitch,
Ugh.
fucker.
I'm so mad. I'm so mad right now. I thought when we geniusly came up with this name,
Yeah,
I know
it
dope
was so
shit, but-
original.
so it was original. It is original.
It is.
And
Well-
we got these great shirts done by Blair, and you should buy them at
Yeah.
shopazizio.com. We got the
Yeah,
best
please
shirts,
do.
the best name, and
The best podcast.
the best podcast, and then the worst movie takes up our results.
It's an outrage. It makes me so mad. It makes me think like if we ever gonna rename our podcast again, which I don't want
God,
to,
I hope not.
but it's gonna have to be like a password where it's like 9 characters and 3 numbers and an exclamation point or something.
Jesus Christ. How
So-
pissed do you think the Doughboys pizza chain is at these fucking guys? Nobody's getting their fucking orders because these 2 clowns are racking up the results.
Yeah, all of a sudden Nick Weiger is delivering a pizza to Peoria, Illinois because he's gotta.
Yeah, that's how that works.
Yeah. Hey, Doughboy, give me a pizza. Oh, I guess fair is fair.
well, I don't really want to be here, but you know,
Yeah.
okay, that's my Weiger actually. He
Yeah.
didn't just step into the room. That was just me doing an impersonation.
That was really good. I can't do one because
Yeah.
I've only listened to 2 episodes ever.
Doughboys is a good show.
Yeah,
I'm
sure
sorry,
it's
I'm not
good.
afraid. I'm not afraid to say it, man. You know, Doughboys is a good show, and you know, I think they're really good. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that ruins the mystique for everybody. But
I think they've
yeah.
got a. I think they've probably got a shot at being a good show one day. But
did you even speak to Nick Weiger at BuckCon?
No, he.
I was nervous, man. When I saw him come through, I'm like, "Is that Weiger?" I'm like, "Oh, I almost ran."
I saw him playing his little choo-choo train, and I thought that's cute. But let's see you play with the A train, which is what
Albert?
I call myself. Yeah,
Oh.
I'm friends with Albert.
You're friends of A Train, Prince
Yeah.
Albert from the WWF.
Yeah, Lord Kensai,
Lord, I believe it's Lord Hentai.
Lord Hentai.
No, Lord Tensai. But anyway, Albert, friend of the show.
Yeah,
big guy.
big
Good
man, named after a penis piercing.
Like most of the best wrestlers normally are.
Yeah, we have
So-
Prince Albert, and then you have I don't know the name of a single other penis piercing.
No, right. That's because he's in a class of his own.
Frenulum, maybe.
So another movie I found very fascinating to be on this list was Pixels by Happy Madison.
Oh, the
Now-
first time Pixar struck out, huh?
Yeah, sure. So Pixels, I think Kevin James has sex with what's his name? Cubert? Is that the character? Is that a video game?
Yeah, and Cubert's one of the biggest piece of shit games there's ever been.
But Kevin James has so Cubert turns himself via Pixels into a hot babe, and Kevin James is like, "All right, well, I can get used to this." So,
Just like the devil turns into a hot babe in Bedeviled.
all right. So Kevin James, he bangs this hot babe that's really Cubert, and then their babies are little baby Cuberts. Buddy, you just fucked Cubert.
Wait, they just have babies right then and there?
No, they just show a montage, you know. This is gonna be the best day of my life.
Oh yeah.
I don't know what the song.
Funny
Yeah.
song.
It's a great song. You know, when a trailer has that song, it's gonna be a
Yeah.
good movie. This is
Yeah.
gonna be a good movie, man.
Yeah, I like when you turn on the radio in the morning because you're driving to work and that song comes on and you don't want to murder somebody.
Yeah, it's a very relatable feeling. So, I mean, we're not the first people to mention it. I know people have mentioned it on Reddit. Maybe even Nick Weiger probably mentioned it at some point. I think Hubert, I think Nick James, what's his name?
I think Nick
Kevin
Weiger
James.
fucked Cubert too.
No, he may have. I don't know, but
It's
no,
not my business.
it's not. Is that your Nick?
Yeah.
Okay, or is that your regular nerd
No,
voice, pal?
that was just my nerd voice.
So no. Other movies here we have. So did you ever see John Carter?
No, I didn't see John Carter. I know he could jump really far. I would like to talk about one of my favorite movies though, which of course was Jupiter Ascending.
So I have a one bone to pick with Jupiter Ascending.
Oh,
Can I
I
get-
bet you do.
Oh come on, don't be a
Is that
pervert.
bone with Channing Tatum or with Mila Kunis?
So, it was
both,
Mila
you
Kunis.
dirty little dog.
Oh, okay, well he's the dog in that movie, not me.
Oh, she's always loved dogs.
Okay. So there's a part in the movie where Mila Kunis is in a closet, where not the same closet my friend jerks off if when he's hiding from God.
Or the same closet that so many of our Hollywood celebs were forced into for so many years.
Or where Chris Benoit wanted to be to watch Paul London have sex with a Hooters waitress. The best Chris
Most
Benoit story.
Crucially. And there's another story that's very funny about him too.
I don't. Do I want to hear it?
No.
Okay. I hope it's not what I think it is, but I'm gonna pretend it's not.
It's about his very unconventional dog locations.
Oh, right, gotcha. Anyway, so that's not the worst thing. But so Mila Kunis is in the closet, and the aliens are like are making this blonde woman like float in the air. You remember this scene?
Yeah, it's the little gray aliens because
The
there's
little
like
gray
10
aliens.
different kinds of aliens in this movie. for
The
some
Greys, they're not the
reason.
Nordics. And
There's an Asian alien
mhm.
who flies around on a like flying motorcycle. Remember her? She's like
Sure, why not?
cyberpunk, and there's just a bunch of different kinds of aliens, which is how it's a deep world like Star Wars.
Yep, just like Star Wars. Anyways,
Except
so Mila Kunis takes this photo of the blonde woman levitating and the aliens surrounding her. She's like trying to show it to people. It's like, this looks like a fucking it doesn't look like an authentic photo. Like, in the Avengers, they show like, Spider-Man showing his phone of clips of the Avengers attacking New York City or whatever. And it's like, okay, well, this is how it will look on a phone. But this is just like a fucking CGI photo. I don't know. That scene bothered me. I'll post it as our main photo. How about that? For
I
today's
like
episode.
it. I
We love
like it a lot.
Mhm.
Yeah, I love the work that you do. I love the labor that you put in.
Oh, I appreciate that.
I'd love to reward it, Franklin.
Okay.
I believe that we should be paid for our labor. Am I right?
Yeah, sure. I agree with that.
Absolutely. And with that said, I'd like to pay you a visit from our fans who have a number of questions. Is there anything left in the box office flops topic you'd like to talk to before we move on?
You had Lone Ranger on this list, but I never seen that.
Oh, that's
bullshit.
right. I did have Lone Ranger. Now, The Lone Ranger is a good movie because you know how everyone loves Captain Jack Sparrow.
Oh yeah, the Lonely Island sang about him with Michael Bolton.
Yeah, The Lonely Ranger starred the same character.
Yeah, good transition.
Johnny Depp plays Tonto, a Native American. And let me tell you, there's never been a better time than modern times for a white man who's a notorious creep to play a Native American.
Yeah, absolutely.
This movie is fantastic. I mean, remember before it came out and everyone said Armie Hammer is going to be the biggest star in the world because this movie is going to be such a hit.
Yeah, even though he has a made-up name.
Yeah, I know it is a made-up name. It's stupid, but he did become the biggest star in the world because it's so big.
I mean, he was in The Social Network twice.
There's a pretty funny part though where they both get buried up to their heads, and then like scorpions are put on them, and then a horse comes by and eats a scorpion, which I think is funny.
Okay, that's not bad, I guess. I don't know.
I mean, when would you ever expect to see a horse eat a scorpion?
No, I would not. I wouldn't expect to be watching this movie ever in my life, too, though. So,
well, I recommend it. It's about 7 hours long, and each one's more confusing than the one before it.
Great. I wish Mike Zero would have reported on this movie, so I would have had some hype and insight, but he was spoiled it all. So,
well, there's this movie does tell you who Ray's parents truly are.
Oh shit!
It'll shock you.
Oh, it's gonna melt my mind.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Mike Zero, I'm worried about him.
Are you really?
Yeah, he's hitting the energy drinks too hard or something.
He is. Yo, he puts out like 9 videos a day. Really put that into fucking perspective, man.
That kid is throwing away the Monster White cans like they're nothing.
What is his end game? What is his fucking end game?
Does he have any like followers who are like, "Oh, Mike Zero, you're always bringing like the heat"? Because like everything
There's a few people.
There's a few people that are like, "Damn."
Let me look at some Mike Zero comments right now. Can we do that live on the air?
Yeah.
You can keep talking
live.
You can keep talking.
We'll do it live. I've been talking about Mike Zero. He's for anyone who's listening might not know, which sure maybe he's a prolific YouTuber who always makes videos with speculation based on nothing about the upcoming Star Wars movies, and it's always just something like, like who's Yoda's mother? Episode 9 may shockingly reveal it, and stuff like that, and it's just based on nothing as far as I can tell. And he wants to drive a Ferrari car one day.
He did say that.
Yeah.
He did say that. He did say rest in peace, Peter Mayhew. That has been the only tweet made since May 2nd that was not related to his videos. That was it.
Peter Mayhew is not super nice in real life. I experienced it at a convention.
Really?
Yeah.
Bert said otherwise. Bert said he was just like, he was, just tired.
Oh, maybe he was just tired. Actually, I don't know. You know what? Because I know also now that the gentleman was, he had a lot of the ailments that the very tall do. So I don't want to judge him actually, but he wasn't very talkative, and he just kind of like pointed at the. I was with somebody who said like, "Oh, I'm a big fan. Can I have a picture with you?" And he just pointed at a sign that was like pictures $20 or something.
Oh, wow.
He didn't even say like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I got to charge you." He just non-verbally pointed.
Maybe he had dealt with enough people trying to get free photos in this.
Yeah, but I mean, that was an innocent question, and that
True enough. Yeah. I agree.
But also,
stand-
I understand. I see both sides. I'm a lot like
no.
Jack
I
Allison,
agree with it.
where I don't like the Democrats, I don't like the Republicans because it's both sides.
Okay, so you know what? The comments on this video pretty positive.
Really?
So, yes.
Check them out.
Okay, so this is just like his most recent one.
Which
you know what?
What is the title of the video?
It's The Rise of Skywalker scene leaks will shock fans.
Okay, well that's true because they're going to be leaks. That one's not very controversial.
Okay, so the Master Gaming on YouTube says, "I'm loving the more intel from Episode 9, and I'm looking forward to getting more on the Knights of Kylo Ren." Let's see. These are wow. So he does have people who are believe this shit. Since Kylo is more close to his mother in a way, mentoring Leia, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So no negative comments on this video. So let me move on to one of his bigger view videos. How about that? Because this one is only, Jesus Christ, it's an hour old, and it's the 9th video he's posted today.
And he edits them too. It's not like he just films himself and then puts them up. There's cuts and intro videos and stuff.
And there's a fucking Photoshop preview, individual, custom made for everyone.
Yeah.
That's insane.
It's his job.
Okay. So let me see.
Do you think he makes money?
Yo, so one guy, he had some stats, and I didn't click the link. He's like, Mike Zero makes $2,000 a month doing this. And he says, come time for episode 9, this motherfucker's going to be making close to $7,000 a month.
Damn.
So, yeah, we got to get on the Mike Zero.
We got to get in the Mike Zero scam.
Yeah. So, you know what? Once again, unless he's seen them, okay, people are like, Snoke lives. It is he who teleports Luke. It was Snoke who wanted to find the last Jedi. Luke revealed himself after his exile to be captured by Snoke. The final episode is all about saving Luke, just like he saved his father. That's a comment.
Whoa.
So there's nothing negative here. I'm really looking through. There's the Star Wars is dead. Star Wars remains dead. Okay, cool. That's the only. It's not negative to him. Yeah.
Since they don't like Star Wars, well, it doesn't remain dead. Because
if Snoke is in Plagueis, then Luke. Then if Snoke is in Plagueis, then make Luke cheat death. Okay. So basically,
what if
he gets a lot of negative shit, but there's a lot of positive, man. So he has fans. Oh my God. How does he have fans? These are just, if he's even 10% right, episode 9 will be 9 hours long, filled with secrets and reveals.
Hey, Darth Plagueis had the power over life and death itself, correct?
Correct.
So he could potentially bring half the universe back to life with a snap of his finger?
I suppose. Well, he could. Yeah, he could.
So Tony Stark is Darth Plagueis.
Holy shit! If you're only good with Photoshop instead of your Microsoft Paint, you could have made $100 off of that video.
But I'm very good at Microsoft Paint.
Are you very good at Microsoft Paint?
I have fun with it, and that's what matters.
That's what matters. You know who else has fan? Fuck. You know who else has fun?
Your mom.
The fans.
Yeah, we love those guys.
Yeah. Let's get to the questions.
Jesus
seamless
Christ.
transit. Fucking Mike Zero derailing us. Now I'm gonna have some negative comments. You know what? He blocks and deletes a lot of shit though. So that's.
Oh yeah. He's got to curate his image.
He's a smart guy.
Yeah,
One
we
of the
got
smartest.
some questions from our great fans who we love. And again, remind that our t-shirts are for sale at shop.bezizio.com.
Uncle to uncle, baby.
Ooh. Our first question is from Hodap. This guy's a troublemaker, Franklin. Have you noticed that?
I think he's a perfectly fine gentleman.
Yeah, I've noticed him going around running his mouth.
Huh? Well, freedom of speech thanks to President Trump.
Yeah, well, I respect it. I'm just saying that I noticed he's a little bit more of a Howard and a lot bit less of a Franklin.
Well, he was at bingo, and you are old as shit.
He's a winner and he drives a Miata.
That's true. That is fucking legit. I wish I had a Miata.
I saw the other day a real tricked out Miata, by the way, everybody. It was on giant like dune buggy tires and had a roof rack on top. It was like made for like getting out in the country and camping, and I liked it. Yeah. Anyway, he says, who is your favorite Democratic presidential primary candidate? And why is it Marianne Williamson? Friends, you didn't have to add that qualifier because I was going to say Marianne Williamson. She's the greatest. She understands that love is reality and that it's appropriate to call other world leaders girlfriend.
I
She
agree with that
is
completely.
hands down the greatest. She's the only one who said anything I understand because she's never once said a thing about numbers or another country. So, Marianne Williamson, you are absolutely officially endorsed by Uncle to Uncle.
Agree completely. I
But
have seen the
also,
debates.
Whomever the fans like, we also like them.
Yeah, we're all about the fans. The fans come first, just like Uncle Howard always does.
Yeah, that's right. Daddy eats first. Daddy comes first.
Daddy nuts first. Jesus Christ. Well,
Daddy nuts
bro-
first.
Daddy
It's
nuts
gonna be our new
first.
shirt.
hey, if we had the audacity of a Cody Rhodes, Cody,
To
I hope
make
you're
a-
listening to this. And
Yeah.
I know you're a vanity searcher. Maybe I'll splice this up into a clip. Cody Rhodes, nothing but respect for what you've created. It's been a whirlwind, and
I respect you, Cody. I enjoy what you've done. I think you're a cool dude.
I don't want to go that far. Nothing but respect for what you've done, and it's been a real whirlwind these last 2 years, and you have everything to be proud of, everything. And I imagine, and you've changed the business in a big way, and you also come up with the worst fucking wrestling shirts imaginable, dude. So it's barely a net positive at that point because I will never wear a Daddy Eats First shirt made in cafe press. Worse than an Uncle Howard MS Paint job. So take a hike, bozo.
I would 100% wear a Daddy Eats First shirt. I don't remember what the logo looks like on it.
It's
but
bad.
If you don't,
I'll show it to you.
Okay, yeah, you'll remind me. I'm sure it's bad, but I'd probably wear it anyway. And I think there is a big market for Uncle Howard Eats First shirts.
There is. We have to get our girl on the line, and she will do magic as she always does. Next question.
Yeah.
Is this Vodap again? Okay.
Yeah, this Bozo.
No. J.K. Rowling. I know who that is. She's
Just kidding.
Harry Potter.
She played J. Jonah Jameson in the
Oh, right.
the first,
And the
fourth, and sixth Spider-Man movies.
yes, beautifully said.
Yeah.
J.K. Rowling often blast out these absurd tweets with weird Harry Potter retcons that don't often make a lot of sense. If you were George Lucas with a similar Twitter account, what would be some of your ridiculous retcons that you dump on the nerds of the Star Wars fan universe?
So are you familiar with what she's done, Franklin? Like she'll just come out and be like, "Oh, by the way, Dumbledore was gay all along."
Right, stuff like that. That's what I've
Stuff that
gathered.
just doesn't
Matter,
doesn't
right?
seem to do. I mean, yeah, like, oh, he was gay. All right, that's the same as it always was.
Okay, so my retcon will be Ki-Adi-Mundi. Do you know Ki-Adi-Mundi?
No, remind.
He was in the Jedi Council. He was the dick-headed looking one.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It's sad, but I used to text Bugman all the time because I'd forget his name. I'm like, who was the dick-headed looking Jedi? And within seconds, Ki-Adi-Mundi. Like, that was the response. So,
And that's funny because Mundi is the Latin word for world.
right, yeah. Mr. Mundi worldwide.
Yeah.
So Ki-Adi-Mundi would have survived Order 66. That's my retcon. Something small so we can see him later. and it could say, Ray, it's me. I had nothing. Go on. Who will be your retcon?
Mine would have been that Qui-Gon Jinn and Obi-Wan were fucking.
Okay, that makes sense. Next question. At Carne Me, his question is: imagine a scenario where aliens have invaded the Earth. The Unks find themselves in the bunker to nuke the aliens, but the time detonator is broken and has to be done manually. This is Armageddon, you son of a bitch. The person who stays will most certainly die in the blast. Which Unk stays? So I guess you get to be Bruce Willis here, Uncle Howard. How noble of you. You get to be Bruce Willis, and I get to be Steve Buscemi and live just fine. No, I get to be Ben Affleck. And
this question is a riddle trapped within a puzzle, my friend. The aliens have invaded the Earth. Is that correct?
Sure,
but one person has to nuke the aliens.
That's right.
The person in the bunker nukes the aliens.
Why is that?
The aliens have invaded the Earth, right? So they're everywhere but in the bunker.
Uh-huh.
So why is the person in the bunker going to be the one to die and not the person that gets away who's out in the world with the rest of the aliens?
The person, you have to step out of the bunker with the nuke and then drop it, and then you're dead.
The person who stays will die in the blast, he says.
No,
no. Okay. Well, you know what? But then the person in the bunker is eventually going to die because they can never go outside because a nuclear bomb just happened right outside of where they
were. Yeah, that would kind of suck,
Chernobyl
dude.
Forever.
Dude, both of us are going to fucking die either way.
We're going to blow ourselves up together because, you know, even though we've had a little bit of a dispute over the fact that I bought the podcast and Franklin's humiliated forever, the fact of the matter is, I don't want to live in a world without Little Unk. And Little Unk.
I don't want to live in a world without Big Unk.
Yeah.
So, next question from
Bulgar
Lasagna asks, if you could chew and digest rocks, would you eat them?
This is the first question I've ever liked on this.
This is the first question you've ever liked. You're telling me about this off air. Like, this is a great question.
I was like, I gotta make sure this one gets on. This is a good one.
Yeah.
You know what?
Yeah,
I would, and I often look at different rocks and I think about how if I could eat rocks, like how good I think they would be to eat. Like I think about like I'll look at like, you know, like a chalk rock or whatever, and I'll be like, oh, that's probably like eating like a big Necco wafer. And then I'll look at like little like river stones and I'll be like, oh, it's like a Jolly Rancher in my mouth. You know, like so they're all like candy, but yeah, I mean candy's like my favorite food. So I
candy's
think
the
about
best
all
of the
the
food
time.
groups.
Yeah,
the most important ones.
It's
top of my pyramid.
I'm trying to do a thing right now where I'm trying to save money so I don't buy anything I don't need to have, and it sucks because I really wanted to get some kids all day today. Sour Patch Kids.
Oh yeah, you love the Sour Patch Kids.
I do, but I don't know if they're my favorite candy of all. But I think I'm
like
losing
Twix.
it. You like
Twix makes me feel. Twix makes me feel like I'm having a meal. It's almost like a meal.
Yeah, because there's cracker in them.
Yeah, there's like it feels, you know, not a sandwichy, but yeah, there's layers.
Yeah, that's what if I'm trying to be healthy, I'll eat something like a Nutrageous bar because there's a lot of nuts in there.
There's Nutrageous bars in your neck of the woods, I should say.
Our neck of the woods, hell yeah.
Our neck. Well, we go to different neck of the woods sometimes.
Yeah, we go to Necco Wafers. The woods.
Necco Wafer. Okay, thank you. You have a Nutrageous? You have a spot with Nutrageous, really?
I've had one not too long ago. I
haven't had one in years.
You know what, little Unk? I'll take a look at some of my locations. I go to
take a look. Send me some photos.
You go to the AM PM. I go to the PM stuff like that. So
I go to the mobile. Yeah.
Yeah, you go to the mobile. You go to the mobile. I go to the stationary.
Oh God. Next question. Jesus Christ, man.
You go to 76. I go to the 69.
Yeah. There's a teach question about prank calling, and we forgot to include it. I just like to say, I sanction any and all prank calling, and nobody has the right to be mad at you, Teach. The next question comes from Shake and Bakey here.
Yeah.
And he says, if you and Franklin were to adopt a child, would they be your son/daughter or nephew/niece?
Better
nephew/niece,
/daughter. By
nephew/niece.
Kylie. It would if we adopted one together.
Oh, it would be our son or daughter, right? Yeah.
Yeah, because the most important thing to that child is that we're its parents, not that we're each other's uncles.
Right. No. Yeah, you know, I agree.
That supersedes everything.
Yeah, just to not confuse the kindergarten teacher and be
Yeah.
like, two uncles.
A lot
Yeah.
of people aren't progressive enough to understand our relationship.
No, they're not. The so-called left
Yeah.
can't stand the fact that we share a bed and we're very ergonomical.
Yeah, we
can't stand it.
care about each other's spine alignment, so we make sure it's in position all night.
You know, if you had a Sealy Posturepedic mattress, you would also share a sack with your beloved uncle.
Yeah, that's right.
Next question. What is the best movie starring an SNL alumni? This is from Doug Main 1. I wish I read this earlier because this is a really good question. It's very smart.
Yeah, this is a good question, and there could have been a genuinely good answer.
But now since we didn't read them beforehand.
But yeah, now all I can think of is like It's Pat or
right.
This family.
Or Joe Dirt too from Crackle.
Oh, Crackle. I'm going to go ahead and say Billy Madison as my genuine answer. I think
Billy Madison is a great movie. There's no ways about it. It's a fantastic film. You know, fuck, man. This is the tough question. You know, you're talking about alumni.
Yeah.
So I guess
mean,
Coming to America.
I really liked The Hunt for Red October with that funny guy Alec Baldwin.
Oh God. Yeah. Mission Impossible Rogue Nation with Alec Baldwin. Yeah, no. So next question. Bert, if you had the power to remove sight gags from comedic movie/television scenes that involve nudity, what would be your number one choice?
So like what? Oh, he says like what supposedly comical nude scene would you get rid of from a movie?
Supposedly comical nude scene of a movie?
Somar? I don't know. I mean, I guess something that's like mean and body shamey or whatever.
Okay. No, I think we're good. I mean, you know,
I would just pick something that made the actor in question feel bad about themselves.
Jason Biggs' dick in American Reunion. I know it was a stand-in dick, you know, but no. Robert De Niro in Dirty Grandpa, not to be confused with Bad Grandpa with Johnny Knoxville. Yeah. Dirty Grandpa's Robert De Niro. He puts his balls next to Zac Efron, and they were fake balls, and I don't like that. He was a real balls, thespian.
Yeah, come on,
great actor.
You're such a great actor. You know what?
Can't use your own balls.
He did get boxed in the head too many times. I would edit out the scene where George Costanza's shirtless after pooping in the bathroom.
Yeah, because we've all been there.
Yeah, I listen. There have been many times in any grown adult's life where they've been in somebody's bathroom and had to get all their clothes off ASAP.
I do that every single day.
Yeah.
You know, it's Yeah, I'm trying to think. Yeah,
I think if I was able to like achieve only trustworthy bathrooms in my life, I would probably always be just bathroom naked.
Yeah. What is it? What is it about? Is it a primal thing? It's just like I feel like I could get things done better.
It's just I mean, it's just like let's you know get away all of the like anything that can go wrong. Let's get it away from me.
Yeah. I like that.
I mean,
next question.
If there's a bathroom disaster and you're naked, you can probably take care of it with a sink.
Yeah, sure, I guess.
If you're wearing a shirt, who knows?
Next question comes from Biggie A. Bryant. If one of the unks were to have a child, what would be the familial relationship to the other unk? Would it be man, people, this is a very similar question.
Yeah, but I think what they're saying is we don't have the child together.
Okay, if we're to have a child, what would be the familial relationship to the other unk? Would it be cousin still, or does it create a time stone paradox? Holy shit. It does create a bit of a time zone paradox.
Yes and
Yeah.
no. Because what it actually creates is a reality stone paradox.
Oh shit! All right.
They always just think of the time stone, but there's so many others.
Oh yeah, that's true. There's the green stone.
Yeah, there's heart,
There's fire and wind.
and there's JOI.
Jerk off instructions.
Yes, the jerk off instructions spelling.
Yeah, those are important. Those are important, man. You know, Thanos would have had that. He might have been a little more chill.
Yeah,
guess not.
he would have been able to have Riley Reid tell him how to jerk off to a robot girl or whatever.
Jeez. Final question comes from the beautiful Yingling.
Beautiful.
How do I know the difference between a garbanzo bean and a chickpea? Howard,
Hey.
you're the food guy.
Yeah, because a garbanzo bean comes from the neighborhood.
The answer?
Yeah.
There you have it, folks.
Well,
There-
everybody, what an amazing episode this was. And frankly,
Fantastic.
did it feel pretty much the same as usual to you, all told?
Yeah, about the same business as always.
Well, I've got an exciting announcement to make to you.
Okay.
I'm going to replace you. So starting next week, we're going to begin the New Talent Initiative.
You're not
We're
replacing
gonna-
me for
We're
shit.
bringing in special guests who are going to try out the co-host role, and we're going to see what they got. We're going to have some of the most interesting people from the world of entertainment, from societies, and from different areas. It's going to be absolutely fantastic. And at the end of this great saga, one thing's for certain: Franklin will be gone forever.
I'm not gonna be gone forever. Fuck you, man.
And that's the bottom line.
No,
Franklin, what do you want to plug, jabroni?
I'm still gonna be here for the foreseeable future. We're just gonna have a lot of guests, is what I'm talking. You're talking about the new guest initiative,
New talent.
new talent initiative.
Yeah,
okay,
because I
great.
decided there should be someone on the show with talent besides myself.
Mm. You already know where to find me because I have far more followers than Uncle Howard. So if anything, Uncle Howard should be plugging things. But you know where to find me at Bug TV Franklin. You know, I'm an easy man to find. You don't have to find me at Bug TV Franklin. You could just find a dope shirt to wear at shopbazizio.com. You got a lot of dope merch there. You have a license to wear yellow. If you are wearing yellow, you're doing that illegally and should buy Kate Raps.
Stars, look how they shine for you. That
And it was all
by
yellow.
Coldplay.
Yes, thank you. No, I don't have any. I have nothing to plug because when you're self-made and self-paid, like Pitbull, Mr. 305, Mr. Worldwide, you got nothing to plug. How about you get your shills in there? Get some shackles in, Uncle Howard.
Yeah, you
How about
are
you wave your tin cup around of coins, Uncle Howard?
Oh, very funny. You think I'm a blind man selling pencils on the street corner now? You know what? You are self-played because you played yourself, little unk. While you were out there yip-yapping and jib-jabbing, I was making more backroom deals than ever before, and now I own a 51% share in the LA Clippers, and I'm bringing a man back whose word is as good as silver.
Oh no!
Sterling silver.
Oh no! Oh no!
Everyone can find me on Twitter at MiataGuy for you. That's MIATAGUY for you. That's the number 4. That's the letter U. Hey, we're on iTunes. We're on Stitcher. We're on SoundCloud. If you can find us, if you can like us, if you can write a review, like us, subscribe us, do all that. It's beautiful. We love it, baby. We also have shirts for sale at shop.bazizio.com. Not many left. Supplies are running out. Act fast. And then let's see, what else do I have to plug? Oh gosh, I guess we got a Twitch stream on Thursday nights from 7:30 to 8:30 Pacific Standard Time. That's going to be at twitch.tv/uncle2uncle. Does that sound about good?
Yeah, but change the name to Uncle versus Uncle in the official stream. So
Oh,
it's
and
different.
Uncle
Just
versus.
get around to it. You created it.
Yeah. Ugh.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah. You
okay.
have responsibility. You have responsibility there, showrunner. Hey, showrunner.
Yeah,
you got some
they-
responsibilities, huh?
You know what the difference is between Craig Mazin and Uncle Howard?
What's the difference?
I'm a Mazin.
Oh,
Hey,
love
Franklin, go fuck yourself.